Actually, we're going to start on our backs today. So keep your block close by, keep your strap close by, and come on to your backs in shavasana. Reach your legs out. Make sure your spine is long. Maybe draw your chin slightly in towards your chest to make sure that your neck is long. Maybe wiggle your shoulders a little bit and allow it to rest heavily on the mat. Notice the weight of your hips and allow your hips to sink a little bit deeper into the mat. Allow your ankles to drop open. Gently face your palms up. And go ahead and close your eyes. Starting today's class in shavasana, where we'll be ending practice as well. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth inside out. One more time, deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth inside out. Now feel your lips breathing in and out through your nose. Deep inhales and long exhales. Maybe bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly to connect with the tactile sensation of your breath. About 5 deep breaths here. Grounding yourself, arriving on your mat, leaving everything else outside the door. Then after your last inhale, gently open your eyes. Reach your arms overhead, bring your legs together. Point your toes, squeeze your ankles and reach, interlace your fingers, reach your arms overhead. Take a good morning stretch. Breathe into the front of the body. One more deep inhale here. Exhale, sweep your arms down, bring your knees into your chest and give them a tight squeeze. And rock from side to side, massaging your back. Drop both feet down. Now, take your arms into cactus arms. Bring your legs together, feet together. We're simply going to do some hip drops from side to side, knee drops from side to side. So knees together, feet together. Drop your knees to the right, to the left. It may not touch the floor, it's okay. Simply getting that stretch on the outer hip. Take a couple more here. And then come back to the center, hug your right knee in and extend your left leg long on the mat if it's comfortable for you. If not, you can keep the foot planted on the floor, knee facing up to the sky. If your leg is extended, dig that left heel into the mat and hug the right knee in tighter. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, bring your nose to your knee, confident. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, nose to your knee, crunch it in. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, nose to knee, crunch it in. Head and shoulders come back down. Now taking half happy baby pose. So bring that, grab behind your thigh, bring the sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling. And then you can either grab, if it's comfortable, keep your hand behind your thigh, or grab the pinky side of the foot, reaching the inside of the knee. Gently pressing that knee down towards the outside of your armpit. Keep your left hand on your left hip. Breathe here. You should feel a nice stretch, release in your glutes and hamstrings. And then drop that right foot down to the outside, right side of the mat. So maybe it's a little bit not to the center, but to the right side of the mat. Bring your left foot and go ahead and plant it on top of your right knee. And go ahead and rock your hips from side to side, maybe taking your arms out as a T or cactus arms. Now allow both knees to fall over to the left. Your left ankle is still resting on top of your right knee, side of the right knee. Weighing that right knee down, getting a deeper stretch on your right outer hip. Breathe here. Now slowly come back up. Bring that right foot to the middle of the mat. Just simply plop it up to the middle of the mat. Left ankle is still resting on top of your right knee. Press the left knee away from you using your left hand. For a supine figure four stretch, supine pigeon stretch, keep that left foot flexed. And if you want, you can grab behind your right thigh and bring that right knee in. Keep both feet flexed today. Keep actively pressing the left knee away from you. Maybe use your elbow to press it away, left elbow to press it away. And breathe. And slowly drop that right foot down. Release both feet down on the mat. And let's go over to the other side. Extend your right leg out or keep that foot planted, knee facing up, and hug your left knee into your chest. Dig the right heel into the mat, extending the leg, and hug the left knee in tighter. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, head and shoulders down. On the exhale, take a half happy baby pose, grabbing behind your left thigh. Bring the sole of the foot parallel to the ceiling. You can stay here, gently pulling the knee towards the outside of your armpit, or grab the pinky side of the foot, reaching through the knee, reaching through the inside. Keep your right hand on your right hip. Breathe. You can feel a nice compression in your hip flexor, nice release, stretch in your glutes and hamstrings. Slowly drop that left foot to the left side of the mat, so a little bit off center. And you want to bring your right ankle on top of your left knee this time and rock your hips from side to side. Take your arms out as a T arms or cactus arms. And then drop your knees, both your knees over to the right. Your right ankle is weighing your left knee down. If this is not comfortable, just go for the regular supine twist. Breathe here. Now, keeping your right ankle where it is, bring your left knee up and then plop that left foot over to the center of the mat for the figure four stretch. Use your right hand to press your right knee away from you. Flex that right foot. And maybe you want to stay here today if you get a nice stretch, if you did it on the other side. Otherwise, do whatever you did on the other side. Maybe grabbing behind your thigh, bringing your knee in, left knee in, pressing your right knee away from you actively. Maybe using even your right elbow to press it away. Keep both feet flexed for today. Usually I ask you to relax the left foot. Breathe. Breathe into wherever you feel the most intense part of the stretch. It's different the hips are like really different for all of us. And you may feel it differently on one side compared to the other. And go ahead and release that foot, release both feet down on the mat. Plant your feet for bridge pose. Bring that block, squeeze it in between your thighs. Just a few gentle bridge rolls, but this is to make sure that your knees are not flaying out. So squeezing that block in helps. So graze the backs of your heels with your longest finger. Feet hip distance apart. On your next inhale, press your feet down and lift your hips up. Core tight, straight line from your hips, knees to your hips to your shoulders. Exhale, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone comes down last. Inhale, press your feet down, lift your hips up. Exhale, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone comes down last. Last time, this time, let's hold. Inhale, press your feet down, lift your hips up. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last. Remove the block, hug your knees in, and rock from side to side. Come back to the center, grab behind your thighs, and rock up and down, massaging the entire length of your spine. Tapping your toes out to the front, tapping your toes behind you a few times. And then go ahead and cross your ankles, roll forward, tabletop. Spread your fingers wide, index finger is pointing forward. Let's start with a few cat-cows in regular, like tabletop. Inhale as you arch your back, drop your belly, lift your gaze up, lift your tail up. Exhale as you push the mat away. Start rounding your back from your tail, your low back, up back, separate your shoulders and gaze at your belly button. Inhale, lift your tail, drop your belly, shoulders squeeze back as you gaze up. Exhale, tuck your tail in, press your low back, mid back, shoulders, upper back, up to the sky and gaze at your belly button. One more like this. Inhale, as you drop your belly and gaze up. Exhale as you press the mat away and dome round your back. Come back to neutral. Look at where your hands are and plant your elbows where your hands are. Let's take a few cat-cows, 3 rounds on our elbows. Notice the difference here. Inhale as you lift your tail, drop your belly and gaze up as much as you can. Exhale as you press away with your forearms and round your back, gaze at your belly button. One more time, happy cow. Drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, press the mat away, dome round your back. Inhale, last time. Open your heart up. Exhale, go ahead and open your upper back up, entire back up. And then slowly slither forward to a Sphinx pose. Elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Forearms are parallel to each other. In yoga, we don't clasp our fingers for the elbow plank. So isometrically drawing your elbows towards you, draw your chest through the upper arms and keep your neck neutral. Hold it here in Sphinx pose. Breathe. Sphinx pose is great for strengthening your low back. Notice all that compression in your low back. If it's not comfortable, you can move your elbows away a little bit and rest more on your belly. Stay here if this is enough for you. If not, reach your fingertips to the edges of the mat and lift up for seal pose. Breathe. And slowly lower down. One forearm on top of the other. Forehead on your forearms. Wiggle your hips out. Hands underneath your shoulders. Pick yourself up. Come into a tabletop. Move your hands forward a little bit. Tuck your toes in and send your hips all the way back like you're going to come into a child's pose. Tuck your toes in, send your hips all the way back, reach, reach, reach as far forward as you can. And then slowly straighten your knees and lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. I'm going to do some bending and extending of the knees. Press the mat away, elbows are straight. Allow your head and neck to go. Maybe shake your head and neck out a few times. Yes and no. Keep pressing the mat away. Separate your shoulder blades. Notice if you're squeezing your shoulder blades behind you. Slight bend in your knees. Take a deep inhale as you push the mat away, belly to thighs. Exhale as you drop your heels towards the mat. The knees may not be fully straight. Inhale, bend your knees, belly to thighs. Exhale, straighten your knees, drop your heels towards the mat. Inhale, bend your knees, belly to thighs. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend your knees, belly to thighs. This time, just straighten your right leg, pressing the right heel down towards the mat, getting a nice deep stretch in your right calf muscle. Breathe into it. On your next inhale, bend both knees and straighten just your left knee, dropping the left heel to the mat. Breathe into the left calf muscle. Bend both knees, belly to thighs, and slowly walk your feet. Look up between your hands and rock your feet between your hands. Grab opposite elbows, take ragdoll. Sway from side to side. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And just hang out here. Let the weight of your elbows and arms and your head elongate your spine towards the mat. You can keep a generous bend in your knees if you want. Release your fingers to the mat and interlace your fingers behind you. Still in forward fold. Allow those knuckles to fall overhead. Shoulders opening up. Bend your knees a lot. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, press your feet down and slowly come up to standing. Fingers still interlaced behind you. Inhale, open your heart up to the sky. Exhale one more time, fold it down. Bend your knees, belly can rest on your thighs as you fold down, let your head and neck go. One more time, inhale, press your feet down, come all the way up to standing. Open your heart up to the sky. Exhale as you slowly fold over, bringing your belly to your thighs, letting your knuckles fall overhead. Last time, press your feet down, slowly come up to standing. Open your heart up to the sky. Exhale, release your hands. Gentle Surya Namaskaras. Inhale as you open your hands up to the sky. Palms touch. Gaze up as your thumbs touch. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold it down. Inhale, slide your hands up your shin as you reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take it back to a high plank. Start of a push-up. Press the mat away, strong plank, suck in your belly button, drop your knees straight down if you want to. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, your chin, Ashtanga Pranam. Untuck your toes, pressing the tops of the feet down. Inhale to a baby cobra. Lift your heart up. Squeeze your elbows in. Exhale, forehead comes to mat. Twisting cobra. Inhale. Feel your heart up. Look over your right shoulder. Squeeze your elbows in. Exhale. Forehead to mat. One more time. Inhale. Feel your heart up. Look over your left shoulder. Exhale. Forehead to mat. Inhale. Come up to a tabletop. Tuck your toes in. Send your hips back. Exhale. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Keeping a slight bend in your knees is okay to elongate your spine. Press the mat away. Drop your head and neck. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it out. Separate your shoulder blades. One more time. Deep inhale. Exhale it out. Last time. Deep inhale through your nose. And exhale it out. Bend your knees a lot. Look up to the top. Step or walk between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Hands slide up your shin as you reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold it down. Hands can slide down the backs of your legs. Inhale, press your feet down. Come all the way up to standing, reaching your hands up. Exhale, palms to heart center. And down by your side. 2 more rounds like that. Inhale. Reach your hands up, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive it forward, reaching your heart forward as you fold down. Inhale, half lift, slide your hands up your shin, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take it back, plank pose, press the mat away, strong plank, shoulders, hips at the same level for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, your chin, Ashtanga Pranam. Squeeze your elbows in by your side. Untuck your toes, inhale, Cobra pose. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, Cobra, look to your right. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, Cobra, look to your left. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, press up to a tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes in, send your hips back, and then lift it up, downward facing dog pose. 3 deep breaths here. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. You're weighing your heels down towards the mat. These may not touch. Press the mat away with your arms. Release your head and neck. Take one last breath here. And then bend your knees, look to the top, step or walk between your hands. Inhale and half lift. Exhale and fold it down. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. And down by your side. Last time, inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up to the sky. Palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive it forward, reaching your heart forward for a change this time. And fold down. Inhale, half lift, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take it back, plank pose, and hold it strong. Press the mat away, fingers spread wide. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, Ashtanga Pranam. Drop your knees, your chest, your chin. Squeezing your elbows in by your side. Untuck your toes. Inhale, Cobra pose. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, Cobra, look over your right shoulder. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, Cobra, look over your left shoulder. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, come up to a tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips all the way back, straighten your arms, and then lift up, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale it out. Last deep inhale. And exhale it out. Step your right foot forward between your hands. And drop your back knee. If you want, you can take a blanket and spread it across the middle of your mat for some padding. And come up into a 90-90. We're in 90-90. Hips, knees, and ankles. Both legs are at 90-degree angles. From here, you're going to reach your arms straight up. You're going to use your right hand to grab a hold of your left wrist and pull it over to the right. Pull the left wrist over to the right, getting a side stretch. Breathe here. Root down with your right big toe to keep your balance. Slowly come back up. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, open wide to the right. Twisting to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, start from the belly button, twist, open to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, start from the belly button, twist, open to the right. Bring your hands to your heart center now in this twist. Lean forward and take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. staying here in this twist for 3 breaths. 3, 2, last deep inhale, and exhale it out. Inhale, reach your fingertips up again, 90-90, low lunge. And exhale, bring your hands on top of your right thigh. Move your right foot forward a little bit for the hip flexor stretch now, as much as it's comfortable for you. And keep your core tight as you sink your hips down. You should get a deeper stretch in your left hip flexor. We've warmed up that hip flexor. So go for it now. Breathe here. Move the flesh away from your hip crease towards your knee to deepen that stretch in your left hip flexor. One more breath here. And slowly come back up. Grab your blocks. You're going to do low lunge, Anjaneyasana. So there's a difference between Anjaneyasana and Hanumanasana. Hanumanasana is basically your full split. We do Ardha Hanuman, which is half split. Anjaneyasana is a low lunge, what we are doing now. Right? Blocks underneath your fingers. You're in your hip flexor stretch now. Take a deep inhale as you lift your heart, reach the crown of the head up. If this is not comfortable, you can even keep the blocks at a higher level. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, shift your hips back. Straighten your front leg. So maybe reach that foot forward a little bit to straighten it. Dig that heel in, toes pointing up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale here. Keep a straight spine. Exhale, fold only as much as the straight spine allows you. So I don't want you to round towards that knee, but keeping a straight spine. Go as far forward as you can. Reach your heart forward. Breathe here for 3. Keep digging that right heel into the mat for 2. Keep drawing that heel towards your face for 1. And let's flow a little bit. Inhale. Come back up to Anjaneyasana. Drop your hips and lift your heart up. Exhale. Send your hips back and fold over that leg. Ardha Hanuman. Inhale. Come forward. Anjaneyasana. Drop your hips. Lift your heart. Exhale. Send your hips back. Fold over that leg. Ardha Hanuman. Last time. Inhale. Come forward. Drop your hips. Lift your heart. Exhale. Send it back for Ardha Hanuman. Inhale. Slowly come back up. And move your blocks out front, like about a foot in front of your front foot, right foot. And then we are going to come straight into like a supported warrior 3. So maybe blocks at a higher level. Press down with your right foot. Lift your left knee up and send your left leg back. Supported warrior 3. Hold it here. Keep that lifted leg strong and straight. Toes pointing down, heel reaching back. Stay here. You're in a supported warrior 3. This should be pretty easy. Feel that deep stretch in your right hamstring. Maybe lift one hand up off the block. Maybe lift both hands up off the block. Testing your balance for 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. And let's take switch sides, coming into a 90-90 on the other side. So practice with the supported warrior 3. It helps you keep that back leg lifted and strong and feeling that stretch in the other hamstring before you go into that balancing warrior 3. So let's start with our 90-90. Knee, hip, knee, ankle at 90-degree angles. From here, we're going to reach our fingertips up to the sky. This time, grab your right wrist with your left hand and draw it over to the left. Breathe. Breathe into that right hip flexor. Reach both fingertips up to the sky. All 10 fingers up to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Twist open to the left. Open your arms wide. Inhale back up. Exhale. Twist open to the left. Reach your arms wide. Inhale. Come back up. Exhale. Twist open to the left from the belly button. And then opening your arms wide. Inhale. Come back up. Arms to heart center this time. Taking your right elbow outside your left knee, leaning forward and twisting to the left. Hold this twist. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Inhale, slowly come back up. And then let's go into a regular Anjaneyasana. Hands to your thigh. Move that left foot forward a little bit and sink your hips down. Use your left fingers on top of your left thigh to move the flesh away from your hip crease towards your knee. Notice how that actually deepens the stretch in the other side, the hip flexor, the right hip flexor. Breathe into it, Anjaneyasana. And bring those blocks planted underneath your hands. And then go into Ardha Hanuman, straightening your left leg as much as you can. You can keep a micro bend in that knee, but try to move that leg forward as much as you can to straighten it. Toes are pointing up to the sky, which means that you're flexing that foot, keeping it active. Hands on blocks will help you keep your chest lifted. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, fold it over as much as you can with a straight spine. Breathe here. Breathe in that Ardha Hanuman for a few breaths. Dig that heel in. Breathe for 2. And draw that heel towards your face for 1. And now let's slow. Inhale as you reach up. Drop your hips. Lift your heart. Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Send your hips back and fold over that front leg. Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, come back up to Anjaneyasana. Feel that stretch in that right hip flexor. Exhale, send your hips back and fold over that leg. Feel the stretch in your left hamstring. Last time, inhale, come up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, take it back, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, come up to Anjaneyasana. Now move those blocks forward a little bit. I'm going to move back so that I have enough space. And then you're going to shift all your weight to your left foot and lift that back knee up, lift the back foot up, coming into the supported warrior 3. Keep that back leg lifted and strong. I want you to feel the weight of that leg. Press the heel towards the back wall. Toes are pointing down. Maybe challenge yourself, bringing one hand to your heart, bringing both hands to your heart for 3, for 2, for 1. And slowly release. Come back down. Coming to kneeling. Sit back on your heels. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Sit up tall. Virasana. This is actually Vajrasana. Virasana is where we sit between our heels. Tuck your chin in gently towards your chest. Breathe. And now maybe remove the blanket, set it aside. Come back to kneeling. Do some gentle camels to child's pose, and then we'll take it to some seated stretches. So coming to a tall kneeling position, hands behind your back. Your fingers can face down or up. It doesn't matter what was comfortable for you. You're going to press your hips forward. So you want to make sure that your hips stay on top of your knees at all time and that it's not leaning back. So keep pressing your hips forward. Lift your heart up. Open, puff up your heart. Take a deep inhale as you open your heart and gaze up to the ceiling. This is baby camel. Stay here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly sit back on your heels. Come into traditional child's pose. Arms rest by your side, forehead on the mat. Breathe here. To make sure that your hips are staying on top of your knees, what you can do is actually practice camel pose against the wall. So go up against the wall, press your hips against the wall, press your knees into the wall, and then lift your heart and lean back into camel. Making sure that you're not leaning those hips back as well. Slowly come up to kneeling. Two more rounds of camel pose actually. Come up to kneeling, hands behind your back for baby camel again. Press your hips forward, puff your heart up, and gaze behind you. Stay here, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. Come back to child's pose, arms rest by your side, palms face up, draping your torso over your thighs, placing your forehead down. Breathe into all that softness that's washing over your back. Last round, slowly come up. Come back to your kneeling. This time, if you want, tuck your toes in for the full camel or just stay with the baby camel. Hands behind your back. Press your hips forward. Puff your heart up. Lean back, look back. And maybe one hand reaches for your heel. Keep pressing your hips forward. Other hand reaches for your heel. Keep pressing your hips forward. Stay, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly come back. And take your child's pose. Draping your torso over your thighs. Arms rest by your side. Palms face up. If your forehead doesn't touch the mat, maybe using a blanket over your ankles or underneath your forehead. And slowly come up. Bring your legs forward. Bring that strap for Paschimottanasana. Seated forward fold. We'll start with staff pose, Dandasana. So your legs are extended, digging your heels in, toes are pointing up, which means your legs are really active. Plant your hands by your hips, not behind, not in front, but kind of like by your hips. If your hands don't touch the mat, again, you want to use blocks. If you're leaning back, I want you to sit on a blanket. So elevate your hips by sitting on a blanket. And if your hands don't touch the mat, you can always use blocks. Press the mat, spread the fingers wide, press the mat and tuck your chin in slightly towards your chest. This is Dandasana or staff pose. This is where we usually begin our seated stretches in Ashtanga. Breathe. And this is where you go when you want to start your L-sit practice as well. One more deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale it out. Release. Bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh, opening your left hip. Maybe I'm going to turn and face you guys. Maybe grab that foot, keep that right foot extended, right? Just like we had in Dandasana. Grab that foot and maybe shake that leg out a little bit, open it out a little bit. Out and in, out and in. And then make sure that knee is like open, hip is open, and plant that foot on the inside of your right thigh. Left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Take a twist first. Twisting from your belly button, looking over your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale. Exhale it out. One more deep inhale. Exhale it out. Last time, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your nose. Turn to face the front. Belly button faces your right knee now. Use your strap if you want. Lifting the strap on the arch of the foot. Inhale as you sit up tall. Elongate your spine. Exhale as you reach your heart forward and fold over that leg. Maybe you keep reaching your heart forward, keeping that spine long. Or maybe today you're in the mood to round your back and fold over that knee. Your choice. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep a hold of that strap. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale it here. And then release. Bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Thumbs in the arches of your feet. Open your feet wide. Maybe flap your wings a little bit. Take a deep inhale as you sit up tall. Exhale as you fold forward with a straight spine. Go as far forward as you can with a straight spine and hold it here. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe easing into it a little bit with each breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, round your forehead towards your toes. And breathe here, 3 deep breaths. Last breath. Slowly come up. Extend both legs out. For Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. We start in Dandasana again, sitting up tall. If you cannot sit up tall, use a blanket underneath your bum. No shame in that. Paschimottanasana, loop the strap on arches of both feet. Toes are pointing up, feet extended. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale as you hinge at your hips. Hold it forward, make space for your belly. Get all that air out. One more time. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold it down. Maybe you round your back, bring your forehead to your knees. Or maybe you just keep your gaze at your toes and elongate your spine. Deep inhale here. Exhale it out. Belly to thighs, reaching your heart forward. One more time. Inhale. Exhale it out. Last time. Deep inhale. Exhale it out. Keep a hold of your strap. Inhale. Lift up and elongate your spine. Exhale it out. And then release. Other side. Grab a hold of your right foot and maybe open that knee out and in a couple of times to open your hip. And then plant that sole of the foot on the inside of your left thigh. Right fingers on the outside of your left thigh. Spin your heart open. Did we do this side or did we do the other side? We're doing the right side. Okay. Twisting from your belly button, deep inhale. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Turn to face the front. Belly button faces your left knee now. Keep those left toes pointing up. Bring your strap for shavasana, head to knee pose. Loop the strap on the arch of the foot. Make sure your right hip is really open. Inhale, lift up, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale, hinge and fold it forward, reaching your heart forward. Maybe round your spine. Bring your nose to your knee, or maybe you keep reaching your heart forward. Bringing your belly to your thighs. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep a hold of your strap. Inhale, look up, elongate your spine. Exhale it out. And then release the strap, set it aside. Extend both legs out, shake them out a little bit. Plant your feet as wide as the mat, fingertips by your side or behind you. Drop your knees from side to side. For 90-90 hip swivels. Then a lot of hamstring stretching today with the Paschimottanasana and Janushirasana. We're going to do a little bit more lying down with Supta Padangushtasana using the strap. A lot of hamstring stretching in yoga, not much hamstring strengthening, as I said. Extend your legs out, drop your feet down, and slowly round all the way back, coming to lie on your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a tight squeeze and rock from side to side. All the warrior poses target your quads, strengthening your quads. A lot of back strengthening with all the back bends, but not much hamstring strengthening. Plant your feet down, and you can keep your left foot planted or extend your left leg out. Bring the strap and loop the strap on the arch of the right foot, or if you want to take full Supta Padangushtasana, grab a hold of the right big toe and extend that leg up. Or use the strap. Or grab the toe, your choice. With each inhale, try to see if you can straighten that knee a little bit. With each exhale, try to make that leg fall towards your face. Use the left hand to weigh your left hip down so that it doesn't come up. Keep your elbow pinned towards your leg if you're taking Supta Padangushtasana with the toe hold. Deep inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Supta Padangushtasana version B. Open your leg out to the right. Keep that left hand on the left hip so that you're not lifting that hip up. If you're using the strap, take both ends of the strap in your right hand and open your leg out to the right. Breathe here. Slowly bring that leg back up to the center. Switch sides with your strap if you want. Or grab a hold of the toe or outside of your right foot with your left hand. Reach your right arm out as a T and twist it over. Supta Padangusthasana version C. Breathe here. I think we have done a standing version of this in Power Yoga. And slowly come back to the center. Hug your right knee in, give it a tight squeeze, give it a little love, and then release it on the mat. Strap on the arch of your left foot or grabbing a hold of your left big toe, extending the left leg up. Breathe here, breathe into that left hamstring. With each inhale, trying to straighten that knee a little bit. And then with each exhale, trying to see if you can let that leg fall towards your face. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Both ends of the strap in your left hand. Open that left leg out to the left. Keep your right hand on your right hip to weigh it down. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come back up. Switch sides with the strap. Or grab the outside of the left foot with your right hand and twist it across your body. Reach your left arm out and breathe into this twist. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly come back to the center. Hug your left knee in. Give it a tight squeeze. Give it a little love. And then release. Bring both knees into your chest. Hug them in tight. Squeeze them and take a deep inhale. Exhale. Bring your nose to your knee. Take a deep inhale as you hug into this tight ball. And hold that breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Shavasana. Ending where we started practice. Extend your legs out, arms wide, palms face up. Notice how you feel in this pose compared to where we started. Again, weighing your hips down, your shoulders down, letting your ankles drop open. Close your eyes. Soften your forehead. And just simply be here for the next few breaths, trying not to let your mind start making any lists for the week or for dinner. And if it does so, just bring it back gently. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodhana. Meaning the mind is like a monkey running around here and there. And we have to be really gentle with it. Like we are gentle with a puppy. We say stay, stay, stay and breathe, stay here without any judgment. Slowly start deepening your breath. Deep inhale. Open your mouth inside out. Start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe rolling your ankles and rolling your wrists. Moving your head from side to side. Getting some movement in your neck. And then when you feel ready, and if and only if you feel ready, reach your arms overhead and bring your legs together. Point your toes, squeeze your ankles. Take that good morning stretch one more time. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest and roll over to your favorite side. Use your top arm, press yourself up into a tall seat. And don't be afraid to unmute yourself to Om with me.